Yo, what's up? Welcome back, everybody. I'm just going to go over the patch notes for today on August 25th. They kind of did some nice fixes and stuff. I just wanted to go over what they are doing. So the first thing that we got on there was their Estate of Unrest revamp. They added some new items to most rare creatures within the zone. They improved some existing items within the zone. The undead monsters commonly seen on the first floor of the estate interior now occasionally drop fine steel weaponry. Rare monsters are now guaranteed to spawn with no placeholders. Several additional monsters recognizable as named are now flagged as rare creatures and will benefit from increased moat drop rates. So I'm going to go into the Estate of Unrest later and take a look at those new items, and I'll post what I find. The Solu-6 Eye has their rare creatures are guaranteed spawns with no placeholders, and several additional monsters recognizable as named are now flagged as rare creatures and will benefit from the increased moat drops. So really nice updates. We're going to see how those actually were implemented. Up next, they have gameplay additions that they decrease the amount of hit points that raid bosses have in multiplayer within the raid zones. So they're going to make the hit points lower on multiplayer bosses, which should be nice. They fixed an issue where receiving an instance charge reset the timer to 1 hour when it should have been a remainder. Pets will no longer have their own faction and will no longer have their own aggro range, which is a huge boost for me. I mean, that's something I've noticed. Pets pulling aggro and pulling the whole mob, the aggro radius is just weird. So anything they can do to fix that is huge in my book. The zones and populations, killing the Pit Clog Goblins will now raise your faction with Priests of Mischief. NPC pets should no longer be capable of summoning a pet. So the pets on pets looks like it's going away. They have quests updates for experience, faction, coin, items, and stats are now bulk calculated. Bulk quest items and coin turn-ins is now pre-calculated and results and display clearly in chat. Bulk quest turn-ins prevent FPS drop and resolve instantly. Coin quest NPCs will now accept bulk quest turn-ins and refund overage in the highest denomination. Quest NPCs will now accept coin in any denomination. Receiving multiple item rewards will display how many rewards you received. So that's going to be huge for stuff like the Soulfire, the Tord Corruptor, getting your faction up. For those different things, many different quests, that's going to be nice. Items, they increase the run speed of the Bristly Boar Reins by 1 speed tier. Players who have acquired the Tord Corruptor can now retroactively grant themselves the quest title by right-clicking the item while it is equipped. Title may require zoning before it propagates. Increase the AC value of armor drops from Warlord Scarlin. Added endurance to the Varishi Maul Great Axe. Corrected the tint on the Dark Mail items from Nejina. So increased armor to the Mithril armor, it sounds like. That's going to be nice. They fixed some AAs, so they fixed an issue where full potential would not be granted in some cases. Affected players can swap loadouts once to receive this AA if they are missing AA of their highest loadout is level 50. Added a new Beastlord AA ability, Strike as One. This passive AA can be trained at level 35 or above for a cost of 6 AA points. Once trained, the Beastlord will have a chance to hit to proc the Strike as One buff, granting their warder a 30% increased flurry chance for 12 seconds. So increased chance to do a multiple main attack. That should be nice. Spells, pets can now gain benefit from pet proc spell upgrades, damage, and resists. Fixed an issue where summoning a familiar was interfering with pets properly re-leveling to their upgraded state after zoning. Fixed the F1 target myself targeting to always select the pet if both a pet and a familiar are present. Added a preview of updated spell effects wherein motes are added to the merge slot in the spell display window. Fixed a bug that can cause erratic spell cooldowns for instant cast spells. And for the UI, they fixed a bug where the instance menu could become unresponsive when editing keybinds. Right-clicking on the spell gem in the actions window will now operate the same as right-clicking anywhere else in the list. Added an upgrade hint to the description section. Added the next charge time to the instance menu. prevented tooltips from going off screen while using window scaling, fixed map centering when using scaling options, fixed UI window scalings in modern UI where keep on-screen settings were not being properly applied to the full UI reload, fixed UI reloading when not using keep my settings, fixed quantity drawings on the trade skill window, increased the maximum draw range of nameplate scaling and options, removed nameplate fonts from UI scaling to maintain readability, resolved an issue with fonts that was contributing to issues with line breaks occurring too soon, added modern input fields to the social hotkeys edit window, cut copy paste cursor movement without shift, etc. Added 2 new nameplate options for aggro indicators. Mode 1, aggro mode. Nameplates will now have an outline and pulse their outline shadow in if the NPC has you targeted. This also applies to a red pulsing lasso on the extended target window. Mode 2, no aggro mode, applies the same styles but only when the NPC is targeting a member of your group or a group member's pet. So that's it. That's the patch notes for 8.25. Lots of nice little fixes and stuff. I think it's on a good trajectory. They're going to be doing weekly patches going forward, which is also awesome. Alrighty, so thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate you checking out the video. You all have a good one.